there are other stories. Laura Hendricks, did you make it here tonight? Is she here? Yes. Okay. Glad you made it. I just have to mention that down in the Olympia area, there's an area called the Totten Inlet, and Laura has been working on that issue for years. And she invited me about a month ago to go down and visit. And this is another example where in the Totten Inlet there was somewhere close to 16 acres of public land, public aquatic land, very high value, that the DNR, under Mr. Sutherland's management, didn't even acknowledge that they owned this 1,600 acres. If they knew they owned it, they pretended they didn't, because they let a shellfish outfit essentially operate it free for the entire term that Mr. Sutherland has been Commissioner of Public Lands there. And you guessed it, that shellfish company is a big donor of Mr. Sutherland's. So if in fact he doesn't have an appearance, if in fact he doesn't have a conflict of interest, it sure has the appearance that he does. And that is very regrettable. And thank you for coming tonight. I think you're going to hear from Laura a little bit later. So where we have industry and special interests basically running the Department of Natural Resources, I want to just talk just a moment about my own philosophy that I've been using on my own ranch for the last 35 years. My philosophy has been to take care of the resource, to make sure it's there for current and future generations, and yes, earn a good income from it. But first and foremost, respect everyone. That doesn't matter if they're employees, it doesn't matter if they're the public. It matters that everyone should be respected and treated with dignity. I've also been, during this period of time, I've also served on my local fire district. I've been a volunteer firefighter for the last 35 years. I know that's a big issue in Eastern Washington, and I will work hard to protect our local communities over there from forest fire. Thank you. But first and foremost, as we manage our public lands, whether it's on Blanchard Mountain down here, whether it's on Chuckanuck Mountain, whether it's close at hand here, I believe that we need to include everybody, all the different interest groups, in any decision-making process that we have, and that we consider their concerns, we consider the needs of our local communities, that we establish working groups all around the state composed of different members of the nonprofit community, also members of also individuals from the community, and that those groups should also be composed of DNR employees, so that there's an opportunity for open two-way communication. So when problems arise, there's an opportunity for open dialogue and reaching workable solutions so that we don't have to go to court and wage expensive legal battles to solve community issues. Lastly, thank you for that. And lastly, I just want to speak a moment or two, as the train goes through, about my campaign for this very important statewide post. I've been running for almost 10 months now, and I'm proud of the fact that I've gained a lot of endorsements and support statewide. I'm also proud of the fact that to date I've raised $625,000 for this bid. And many of you have helped, and thank you for that, and I hope some more of you can help tonight. Because what I'm facing, quite frankly, is I'm facing the fact that the timber industry at the current time is determined to buy this election for Mr. Sutherland. Yesterday, Weyerhaeuser dumped $100,000 into an independent expenditure committee that has been involved in this race in 2000 and in 2004, and is poised to enter this race later this month or early in October. That committee, called the Committee for Balanced Stewardship, was in the race to the tune of about $500,000 last year, and looks to me like it will have between $600,000 and $700,000 in its coffers to support Mr. Sutherland this cycle. Although in the hard money game, I can outraise him. In the soft money game, I can't. So I depend on folks like you to help me raise as much money as I can, because I'm determined to win this election for the people of the state of Washington and not the special interests. So as a last note, I will remind those of you who did not look at the primary results that hard work does pay off. That in the primary that was held on August 19th, and I hope all of you voted in it, I came in basically tied with the incumbent, which is a very positive note for my campaign. It means that even though he's run 3 times statewide, and this was my first effort, that there are a lot of people who will support me. And I want to thank you here in Whatcom County for your efforts. I carried Whatcom County by a pretty good margin. I need to carry it by a greater margin in November. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for your help and support. I'll need all of that.